Hi guys, Ancient Warrior. Welcome back. Let's go straight to the meat. Let's talk about mass shootings. Over the last couple of weeks, we've had two major ones. The Cuban nightclub at Colorado Springs and the Walmart in Charleston, Virginia. Now, let's talk about the Q nightclub first. Young man walks into a nightclub and opens fire with a semi-automatic rifle. I don't know if it was a AR, AK, Mini 14 or an SKS or what. It's immaterial. He was disarmed and had the crap beat out of him by an Army veteran who was there by the door. 5 people lost their lives. Too bad that guy didn't spot what was going on quicker. A second or two may have been the difference in a couple of people's lives. Now, the problem I have was number one, he walked in the door with a long gun. Where was their security? They had a drag show going on. A couple of the people shot was there to see the drag show. Nothing more. They were a married couple who wanted to see what a drag show really was. You know, I have friends that when they go to Vegas, they like to go see RuPaul and see all the difference. And this friend of mine remarked one time that the RuPaul drag race there in Vegas, some of the guys dressed up better than the women, looked better than the real women did. Problem with it, and they tried to spin it. The media tried to spin this. The young man was non-binary, means he belonged to the LGBTQ plus community. He was one of them. Now I haven't heard the reason for why he walked in there and shot it up, but I'll bet you we never do, because now it doesn't fit their narrative of a mass shooter. 1 year ago, what were we dealing with? The Waukesha, Darrell Brooks and the Waukesha attack, where he drove down the middle of the parade, killing all those people. Then we go to the other side of the country, Charleston, Virginia. Night manager who already should have been flagged because of some of his comments, but everybody tried to look past it because of who he was. Walked in, shot 6 people. Actually killed 6 people. 5 adults and one 16-year-old boy. The 16-year-old boy was working his very first job. He'd used his first paycheck to buy a gift for his mother. And he took his own life. Now, if you've noticed, I haven't given a name for either man, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to give them the glory of their names being spoken. Now, when they looked at him, they started looking at him. He had posts stating all the employees he worked with were idiots. That's the first flag. He was complaining that his life was not going the direction he thought it ought to go because he wasn't married and didn't have a girlfriend. Oh, by the way, he was only 31. He wasn't a very old young man. Flag number 2. The third flag was the fact that he stated that Satan was in control and he was doing Satan's work. Folks, after 2020, a lot of people who were on the fence of the mental issues fell off. They fell into the side of BSC, bat scat crazy. Were both of these young men? Now, the guy from Charleston's gun was bought legally, as was the guy from Colorado Springs. Now, the catch here is the guy from Colorado Springs should not have been able to buy a gun at all, because a year earlier he had threatened to blow up his mother's home with a bomb. Did a SWAT standoff, then finally surrendered. A weak-kneed district attorney pled him down. On the charges, so it never hit his record. The guy in Virginia, will never know the whole story there because the young man was black. Again, this is another time it's not going to fit their narrative, so we're not going to hear much. I would love to know the whole story about this kid, because all of his neighbors said they didn't know him. They'd seen him come in and out, and that was it. A lot of the employees around that worked for him hated to be around him, because he was either one of two things. He was either a tough manager, or he was just one of these guys who likes to throw his weight around. It's the reason I tell you folks that when you walk out of the house, you need to be carrying a firearm. If you live in a state like I do in Texas, we have constitutional carry. Now, I also have a concealed carry. Somebody asked me if I was going to drop it now that we've got constitutional carry in Texas, and I told them no. It just makes, all my concealed carry does is make it easier for me to buy another firearm. And there is another firearm in my future. There is another firearm in my future. I think there's going to be a 1911 purchase next spring. Next summer when I get back to work. Guys, if you're in a state where you can't carry a firearm with you, carry bug spray, carry mace, bear spray, a canister of ammonia and bleach water mixed together, or something. Find some way to defend yourself, and be prepared the minute you hit that front door walking out, that if somebody attacks you, that you are prepared to defend yourself. You are prepared to do whatever you have to save your own life. I was going to tell you a story about a friend of mine who lives in a retirement village, but I think I've gotten the point across. Folks, stay frosty. Keep your head on a swivel. Remember, if you like what you hear here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness I'm talking about next, hit the bell icon with all. And leave comments. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, the But leave a message. Leave something. So, with that being said, folks, I'm the Ancient Warrior, and we're out.